overread today?
I think so.
I feel like I overachieved.
Yeah, you did.
Sorry. I
All
overachieved
your
reading. I know, but there's so much stuff I want to read. There's probably 9/10 of the reviews I do that people are like, you're reviewing number 8 of something. Just to encourage you to jump into somewhere cool. Hi, everybody.
I mean, I'm at number 53 of Batman, so.
Alright, I'm gonna run through everything that's not Image, and then everything else is Image and Marvel. So I know that's a weird way to do it, but alright. I'm gonna do Aftershock first. There was another Aftershock I would have liked to have read as well, but there's only so many I can do, and what do I do it in 3 hours? Actually, it's 2 hours a day because I had other crazy stuff to do. Alright, Lost City Explorers, a book I really, really love. My friend Zach Kaplan. Premise is that you a group of young people, 2 of which are related to a dad that's completely disappeared. He's an explorer who was exploring under New York City. They find his cool diary that actually tells him kind of what he was trying to find. They're currently under the city, getting deeper and deeper in the city. They've actually encountered they call it a monster or a beast, but they don't really know what it is. And they're running away from that. They're running away from like some soldiery guys that are trying to keep them from finding what their dad was hunting for. They still haven't found the dad yet. But the idea is that eventually they're going to find Atlantis. But we don't really know what that means. Like, are they talking about the historical city of Atlantis? Are there actual beings there anymore? They know there's water underneath New York City. And so they guess that it's there. So they haven't found it yet, but at the very last page of this book, they do find something cool. So there's a payoff. Actually, it's on the cover, so there's no spoiler, it's on the cover. Volition. So this is a really cool number 1 out of Aftershock. So the cool story behind this book is that humankind, specifically one woman, has created self-aware robot people. So they really have an AI. And just like all of those stories, actually addresses the fact that most everyone expected them to become self-aware, realize that humankind was worthless and get rid of us because we're dangerous to the planet. That's not really what happened. They actually realized that they all have different personalities, needs, and desires, and so they became as complex as we are. And so there's problems with those guys. And actually, as they got better and more complex themselves as a race, they have the old, outdated versions of themselves now struggling to try to be relevant and have something to do in the world. So some of them have turned to lives of crime, and some of them like try to do anything they can to actually get upgraded parts. So what you really meet in this book is a group of these robots that are band together with a common cause of probably trying to upgrade parts so they don't become obsolete / no longer exist. So it's an awesome book. Shattered Grid, number 30. This is the end, I think, unless there's another go-go, but I don't think there's any, of the main storyline that's going through the books. Okay? So you still have Lord Dacon trying to gather all of the morphers together and get ultimate power. He's been explained to him over and over again that if he does that, does too many of them, that he's going to destroy the grid in general, which is a time stream. You don't want to destroy all of realities, that's bad. And Rita Repulsa is at the center of this storyline. It's a cross and double cross situation, but you find out at the end of the book, no spoiler here, because everybody knows this book has been solicited, that it goes straight from here to Shattered Grid Part 1. So if you have been in love with the storyline, don't worry, it's not going to disappear after the miniseries is gone through Shattered Grid. By the way, something I learned from Morgan I was not aware of. I was completely befuddled by this, even though I enjoyed the storyline in both books. The storyline that's occurred in Go-Go Power Rangers actually takes place ahead of the events that are happening in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers completely, like separately completely. So you end up at the very end of Go-Go Power Rangers, the last one that just came out, actually takes place ahead of the very first part of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 25.
That makes sense.
Now you understand why the last Go-Go Power Rangers you see I'll just say T character on the last pages, I was like, oh wait, he's back, good. Oh no, that's just lining it up.
Mm-hmm.
Because the time stream's so messed up, they can do this, right? Now you have to go back and read all of it, get your mind wrapped around all that nonsense, because it's awesome.
I'm gonna do the one I didn't finish.
When you didn't finish, you got close?
I was close.
Okay.
I got
Grodd's
most of it
back!
there.
Here's what Grodd is.
At the Mercy of Grodd. Number 6 of Justice League. I've got to go back and reread because I was really confused reading this book, and I think I must have missed the last one. I think I missed number 5.
Okay. So
But
what happens in here so far?
starts off, and somehow it takes place inside of Superman.
Inside of Superman.
I'm so confused.
Love it. Why not?
And I don't know what I missed though, because I don't think I missed a book. I don't know.
Find
I'm gonna have to find
So
out.
what's up? Sometimes series do that, where they jump ahead. Like,
Yeah.
we'll explain it all.
Well, and I
in the
didn't get to
storyline.
finish the book, so if I go back and finish it, I might be less confused.
Maybe so. What'd you choose today? You two were fighting over books today. I
We
kind of
were.
laid my books out and said,
Trading.
you guys go at it.
The rest of my choices today.
I know, this is kind of a light release week, although there's
Yeah.
some big books that like in terms of don't miss them this week for sure.
I've got Terminator, Secret War,
Sector War.
Sorry guys. So let's see, this was the first one I read and I read it 2 hours. Let me think for a sec. That's not distracting at all.
Where'd a Terminator sound for you? Go ahead.
Okay, so we've got, well, it starts out where some guy tells another guy in a phone booth that he wants all his clothes.
That's the way all good Terminator movies start.
Yeah,
Naked men.
and then we flash forward to a lady at what seems to be a police precinct. She's a police. They're giving her a hard time for going over on her hours. And she's like, fine, I'll do it off the clock. And
Sounds exactly like Space Cadets.
no,
Is there a Terminator here? Is it you?
must be.
Okay.
But she's
Oh
not
no!
a
Denise
Terminator.
just raised her hand, and then
But
Sarah's
she's
walking
Terminator
like a
isn't
robot.
the one. I forgot her name. But see what happened. This was the first one I read, and I'm kind of drawing a blank. Ask me a question, and I'll answer it.
So you're saying that is the main character the policewoman?
She seems to be the main good guy,
Okay.
or a good girl, or the good person.
Does she become aware of the Terminator that's arrived in this book?
I don't know if he's the Terminator, but there's someone who arrives in the
Okay,
book.
so it could be somebody that's just a
It
time
could
traveler.
be someone new. There is time travel, we know that.
Yeah.
That's a theme amongst all my books this week. They all had time travel.
Does it seem like it happens in current day? Far
Yes.
future? Okay.
But there's also some not current day stuff that comes into it.
I love it.
It's very interesting. I like the art. I remember it was interesting. I just don't remember every detail.
That's right. It's hard when you have 3 books with time travel in it. It gets kind of mishmash.
Yeah, because it's like there are 3 totally different books that would have been easy to remember. But actually, I read 4 because I read Star Wars and I didn't get it, so me and Hannah switched.
Aha!
I know last
It's
week
like,
I
did you
read
have
5
that?
though. Last week
Yeah.
I read 5, so I should be able to do it.
Yes,
but
I'm still
Good
a little
book.
bit confused with that too.
come pick it up so you can get a better explanation than what I gave you and read it because it's worth reading.
We always love Terminator stuff.
It was really
can't.
interesting.
Can't not read Terminator. It was hard for me
No.
to give it up, but I was not going to be able to read it all. I'm glad you got to read it.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry it was confusing because it was. I do that sometimes when I get to the books that I read first. I'm like, I don't even. But these are not problematic because I've been looking forward to these very much. Okay, so I'm going to do all my image books in no particular order because I love them all equally. Gideon Falls #6, which by the way, Gideon Falls is in development right now, like an active development. So there's stuff going on. So it's not something that's like rumored. They're going to do this. So
The cover
Gideon
looks so
Falls
cool.
is
And
Jeff
creepy.
Lemire. Yeah, it is totally. So as you remember, the entire book series is surrounded by the mythos of the Black Barn. You have a crazy guy who's been running around and collecting pieces of wood and nails and glass, and his psychologist who's trying to help him figure himself out, but now she's totally buttoned into this psychosis. So she's running around with him and helping him try to re-find these things that were stolen from him and to find a specific spot where he thinks that they belong. And then you still have the pastor who is in Gideon Falls, is taking over for the old one where they, you know, crazy weird things happen to him. And this book is more about his experiences. He actually quote unquote enters the Black Barn, which doesn't make any sense. I think it goes back and actually shows you the prior pastor. It's really super trippy, by the way. There's a lot of like, you're gonna have to totally, there's a really neat page in here that's my favorite. It actually has what the priest is seeing in these little tiny skinny panels going across the page, and it's, you can tell it's not in time sequence, and it's super just like, I'm gonna destroy your brain today. Thanks, Jeff Lemire, for destroying my brain. I enjoyed that very much when you do it to me. So anyway, I know that the book is designed to make you question reality, question the character's reality, and who's what. So, and you're gonna put stickers on it, great. So, if you've not started Gideon Falls, I cannot recommend it more highly. There's enough prints and reprints out there, you should be able to get all of them. And it's number 6, so not horrible. Or you can wait for another month or two and get the trade. All right, Magic Order number 3. Thank you, Mark Millar, for making a family-friendly cover, because the other 2 covers are completely naked this week. So if you like naked covers, go find Magic Order number 3, regular cover A and B.
Sarah's face.
You guys can't see
It's
it.
art. It's art. It's art. So if you like naked art, so Magic Order
Like
number 3.
unnatural.
You continue to have the battle between everyone is struggling for power and control over the Magic Order. Okay, so hence the name. It is very adult, very bloody, and very brutal. Actually, this battle.
Oh yeah.
It's like, it's not looking at magic in tongue-in-cheek ways at all. It is looking at it as like, this is like stuff that's going on behind the scenes right now. And this cover is amazing. It actually, that appears in the book. This is that battle between 2 of the strongest of the wizards. They're totally battling it out. It's so funny because one hides in plain sight as an actual magician. Sorry, my brain. All right, and
This cover though.
so excited! It's gorgeous. I'm glad they chose that.
Yeah.
The Weatherman, number 3. Okay, Nathan is a weatherman on Mars. He's completely not serious about his job. He has been blamed for the destruction of Earth. In last issue, he was being tortured for such a thing. And he finds out in the last issue that not only are they blaming him for it, they're saying that he actually is another person whose memories have been removed and were put in storage, but now all of those storage memories have been stolen. So in this book, they're actually trying to figure out where they might be, who has them. They want to put them back in him, which I don't know if that's a good deal for him or not, because if he has his memories back, if he is indeed this person that they think he is, if they put the memories back in him, then he will be liable for whatever happened. He has no idea what he's done at all.
I have a question. Can I ask this?
Yep.
If you guys want to hear a weatherman rap, if they show some love, I'll do 2 raps next
Ooh,
week.
give us
So
some.
if you show us some love, I'll do a rap about all the weathermen that's out so far and a new bug.
We need.
So give us some hearts and likes and comments, and I'll make it happen.
Give Jenny some love so she can write some weatherman rap.
It'll be epic.
Yes, hopefully it'll be. We'll have. So the cool thing about all the weathermen, if you guys pay attention to the back, there's a cool place that exists in the universe called Brutal Noodle. It's an actual place to go eat. So
Yeah.
hopefully the Brutal Noodle, since
Well,
it wrapped,
Brutal
it
Noodle make
totally
it into the
rhymes.
rap.
It totally
It might
rhymes.
make it into the rap, but
I
we
think
won't
it-
know unless we get some love.
Thumbs up for the Brutal Noodle. I want the Brutal Noodle to actually exist. We need to work together with Jody and Nathan and see if we can actually make a brutal
That would be
noodle
super
restaurant.
cool.
And they would come because they also really love Thai food. We could. Sorry, I keep rubbing my face. I have like an eyelash in my eye and it's just bugging me. I'm excited about this book.
Yes, me too. Crowded, number 1. So, oh man, it's this is Charlie. Her life is a mess. She doesn't know what she did, but now there's basically a crowd-funded like I guess fundraiser to have her killed.
Oh, that's right. This is the one where you can start a crowdfund.
You can start a crowdfund to have
someone.
Yes, it's terrible.
Who'd she make that? She looks really
We don't
good.
know yet.
Is it like she
Not
voted off of
copyrighted,
like
I could.
The Bachelor?
It's
But
so
you
for the
don't-
Yeah,
next
there's death.
for
Yeah.
the next 30 days, she has to try to survive. But if she doesn't, then you know
Not her problem anymore.
That reminds me of a joke. Can I tell her a joke?
Sure. Jokes are good.
Okay, so it's about a little girl who can foresee death. She says her prayer tonight. Good night, mommy. Good night, daddy. Good night, grandma. Goodbye, grandpa.
Oh.
And the dad thinks nothing of it, but the next day, grandpa dies. A few months later, good night, mommy. Good night, daddy. Goodbye, grandma. Grandma dies. A few weeks later, good night, mommy. Goodbye, daddy. Daddy's scared. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go to work in the morning. I'm gonna stay till midnight, and if I can make it till midnight, I'll be okay. And he comes home at midnight, and his wife's like, where have you been? He's like, I have such a long day. And the mom's like, your long day? The mailman died in our front yard. Is that okay to say?
well, you already said it, so
That's what it reminded me of.
That's not where I thought that joke was going.
That's what that reminds me of. I'm sorry, I had to.
so yeah. And so she hires someone on an app called Defend, the letter D and then Fend. There's basically it's like how you hire an Uber to come pick you up. They've got apps for just about everything in this world, and so she hires Vita, I think is what her name is.
I like that. That's a good name.
I like it.
That's a funny joke.
Vita, I don't remember her last name. But we find out about how their dynamic is in this book. It's hilarious.
So she hires someone to defend her. Is that the person that's there?
Yes, that's the person that's there, and
I love that they
all
have
of
that code
the
that's
people that are trying to kill her are in the background. It's hilarious.
So what's the reward for killing? Is there an unlocked reward? Do they get an extra print? An 11 by
Pride of
17?
knowing you took a life.
They get
I think-
stickers? A button?
From what I can tell so far, it's like everybody pays in, and then whoever kills her gets, I think so. That's what I think it is. I think they get the pot. I'm not 100% sure.
That seems horrible.
Yeah,
You don't
but
need
it's really good, and the
motivation
art
to
is
kill
amazing.
someone.
So
That's craziness. Alright.
if you're not sure if you'll like it, pick it up because you will like it.
Alright, I'm gonna knock out, it will all be evens. I'm gonna knock out 4 of my marbles. Alright, so In Multiple Man by Matt Rosenberg, because he's awesome. So this is number
This
3.
looks like a great cover.
I rapped about number 1.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those
Like
series that you're like going, I don't know why I like Multiple Man. He's like this side character that no one really pays much attention to. But Jamie Madrox is actually a really, really cool character. And Matt writes the best possible characters ever. So all you really need to know about this series is that Jamie is a guy who can make multiple copies of himself. And in this reality, Jamie has already been killed. The prime Jamie has been killed. And has made lots of multiples of himself. There's one of the main character in here is actually decided to be good, and there's a lot of them that have decided to be bad. And There's other characters that appear in the book that are not like they are in our normal universe. So, like, for example, Deadpool has, like, Wolverine claws that you can pull out but they're, like, electronic ones. They're, like, knife blade, cool things that are hot. Anyway, so there's lots of, you're not going to get bored because the characters are all super cool. Astonishing X-Men. Go figure, another Rosenberg title this week. He's like overachieving. This is the annual #1, so this is a good place to jump in if you just want to kind of get into this universe. It's kind of interesting. This is a meeting of a bunch of the main characters. It basically is all the original X-Men characters from back when in the day when it started. Right? A lot of people don't know who the original X-Men are, so here you go. The Astonishing X-Men are the original. And they all meet together at a restaurant where I guess this was their initial like meetup place way back at the beginning. And for some reason, Prof X shows up. He can walk and he's young. And then there's a giant crazy adventure that they all go on together. And at the end is super trippy because it appears to reset. I don't know what's going on. Why is there a reset there? But it's pretty cool. And Tony Stark Iron Man is a good book to jump in on. You don't need to know very much because it's a kind of an encapsulated issue. So Tony has created his own digital, I guess you could call it world. He's using it as an experiment, a beta test, in which everybody can jump into this beta test as Iron Man. So you play as Iron Man, and your goals are to not shoot AI characters, but to, yes, find the human characters in there. I guess that there are people that work for Tony Stark Industries that are in the game, the beta test. So you're really trying to figure out what end and who's running this thing. So it has a lot to do with the non-human characters that are in his life, trying to figure out where they fit in. And
this one looks super cool.
Okay, so I actually talked to someone about this week. They were saying that for some of their customers that they don't care for the art in Thor. And for me, the art in the current run of Thor is everything. It's like eye pop candy for every single page. So if you're an art person, you will love it. If you don't like busy art, it'll overwhelm you. Mm-hmm. But if you want to just try something out for fun, this art is just a killer style. So so the story so far is that you have this weird connection that they've made with Balder, who has gone down to Hell and has made an arrangement to marry Hela in order to create some kind of peace, I guess. It's not a good plan, clearly. Loki shows up and they realize that in order to stop this unholy union, that Thor must die to get there.
No.
Right, it's the realm of the dead. So Thor allows Loki to kill him.
But does Loki not have to die?
It's just magic.
Can Thor die?
Of course. They cross over to Valhalla and Hell all the time. Okay. So don't worry, nothing is permanent in this one.
No, but does Loki have to also die?
I don't know.
Because if Thor has to die, Loki should also have to, just temporarily.
Loki already died.
The Valkyries show up, which, by the way, they live in Valhalla, so they're already dead. Yeah. So it's easy for them to, I don't know. It's just like suspension of disbelief is rampant in here because people cross over into Hell and out into Valhalla multiples of times in this. But the star of the entire book is Thor's demon dog who likes to kill things. Good Thory, kill things, go.
All right.
If you like demon dogs that Thor owns, there you go.
I'm gonna do my Star Wars.
How to choose?
I'm gonna do my Star Wars book. 'Cause I haven't seen Solo, so I don't know who this character is.
I don't think even if you saw it, he's kind of a side character.
Oh, okay. Well, you find more about him in this book. So, yeah, I don't want to say anything if you guys...
So this is the thug that rules the thug group, yeah?
I think so.
Or is
From
he
what I can tell,
or is he
it's
the?
this guy. Woody Harrelson's character.
Okay, so he actually was.
You
yeah.
can tell by the art.
He was part of the criminal element, but he's like kind of on his own.
Yeah.
When you meet him, I think he's pretending to be part of another group, but he's infiltrated them.
That's what it kind of seems like here.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was good. I need to go watch that.
He was good in the movie.
Oh yeah, I love Woody Harrelson.
I only got to see it one time, so it's not like firmly implanted.
Well, you saw it one time, and that was the one time that you fell asleep, right?
Oh, that's right. I went and saw it after I had no sleep whatsoever.
Yeah. I didn't even get to see
Saving
it.
the best for last.
I
Is that the rap one?
My 9-minute rap.
Sweet. The rap's not 9 minutes.
No, it took me that long.
No,
It took to write
minutes,
it. So, yeah.
Okay.
This one's not a wrap. This is Cable and Deadpool. I think it's an annual, right?
Mm-hmm. That's the annual number
Okay.
one.
And that's a lipo
So-
cover. That's the boss cover.
It rocked. I love that art. So we got Deadpool and Cable. Deadpool's kind of going throughout time and causing problems. Then we have a man show up with a magical plunger that can create portals and seek out this lady who he says is his mom in the past. But this lady keeps being like, no, I'm not your mom. No, I'm not your mom. Like, you don't get it, I'm not your mom. And the whole time he's like, but you have to be. And they're just chasing her. And he already could do time portals with this plunger. Why is the plunger? I don't know. But he can trace her. And it ends up they have to buy her some time because maybe the guy is chasing her and using Deadpool as a pawn. Because with all his memory wipes, he doesn't remember his mom. I don't know where the memory wipes happen, but I've read about in a few of the books. I guess he's had a lot of memory wipes. So it has a very interesting plot point all over different eras. It's just really funny. No, I'm not your mom. No, I'm not your mom. I promise I'm not your mom. So pick up the book and find out, is she his mom?
Oh, you said it over and over again.
I had to. That was like the plot of the book.
Huh? Yeah.
That is a great cover.
All right. It's hard to make choices about which one's the best one of my Marvels this week. It's kind of a toss-up. All right. Extermination. So Extermination #1. This is a little mini series that they're running. Can't remember how many long it is. I make sure I'm telling the right story for the right thing. Because I'm always worried that I'm like, oh, was that what I was thinking of?
Are we allowed to do that?
Huh? Go look in them to make
Because
sure.
I could have done that on the other book and I would remember.
Ha, 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 ha. Okay. Yes.
Ooh.
All right.
I
So
like the art.
yeah. So you've got a lot of main characters. You got a lot of main characters, including like your best friend Cable, Nate stuff. So you basically have. I'll give you the basic plot point. The name means everything for this book. There is a character going through time and deciding to exterminate members of the X-Men. So that's what you need to know about this series. And oh yeah, it's got a bunch of twists, so I usually can tell you guys way more about a book, but this one I should not. Just
it
know
looks
it's
pretty
epic.
twisty just from the cover too.
Mm-hmm.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, because it's time travel. You know how complex all that gets.
I mean, it says the next big X-Men epic starts here.
Mhm.
If it's on the book,
Yeah, and there's
you have to kind of start there.
the twisty part that happens in the end. It's like I can't say a lot about what goes on in the book without messing all that up. So,
Mhm.
You're next.
Got Batman number 53. Dark Knight No More.
What? Are we done
That's
with
what it
the stuff that had to do with the trial?
Nope. This is
Uh-huh.
totally continuing.
Okay.
And this is Bruce is kind of not really shaping everyone else's opinion, but kind of
Making an impact.
he's explaining his viewpoint of Batman as Bruce,
Mm-hmm.
as
Are they in the
Wait.
jury?
Oh,
Are they
yes,
doing the jury
they're-
deliberations now?
yes,
Okay.
yes, because he's trying to convince them that Freeze is not guilty, because that was the whole point of as to why they're doing the deliberations. Everyone else was all on the same page. Yes, he's guilty. Yes, he did this because Batman, Batman found this out. Batman doesn't make mistakes. And in the last issue, he was trying to convince them, that Batman's human. In this book, there's a lot more of that. And Shanice, you read it too.
Yeah,
Do you wanna?
it's like what Hannah was saying, like how people, and even with us, comic fans, Batman, he's like that perfect character. He can do everything. He can solve a crime for anyone else. He's DC's best fighter, and all this jazz. But I liked this whole arc. I really liked.
Oh yeah. Me
Bruce kind of examining, Batman. He's not a perfect guy. He is literally a man.
Yeah.
He's going to make mistakes, and it's possible that he made this one. And it's kind of Bruce kind of reflecting on himself after everything that happened after the wedding. Well, after that arc,
Mm-hmm.
it's really good. And I think Hannah will agree with me. The last page is it's really good.
Yes.
It's a very short arc. I was a little surprised at how short it was.
Yeah.
But it really is a good issue. It's something that even if you don't like Batman a character, I think it's worth checking out because it does re-examine the character and look at him from a more critical eye. That he's still a really cool character, but he's not perfect.
You're talking with your arms. You should come behind camera.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's a good thing.
It's so
It's
fun
a
to watch her
good
talk.
thing.
She's so passionate about it, but she
I
just
know
does
it
not
too,
like being in
just
front of the
not
camera
when
at all.
I don't mind. It's just not.
I think
it's-
she might be in it next week.
Maybe next
for us.
Oh yeah, next week you're totally up over here, right? Because you have to be me.
Yay.
Next week I'm taking my oldest to college.
Aw,
It's a very important thing. Actually, well, I'm gonna hear rap first.
I'm gonna do it last.
Okay, whatever you say. All right, so Infinity Wars #2. First order of operations for you guys. There are 2 covers for this book. It's not an A and B cover situation. This is the main cover. There are what they call secret variants out there in which Requiem's face is uncovered. And if you read issue #1, you know who Requiem is. The revealed cover has the actual face there, so you can actually see who Requiem is. So when
It
last
blew
we
my mind.
saw Requiem, she was busy killing Star-Lord by jabbing him through the sword, this special sword that she's got that's tied to one of the stones. But all hope is not lost. You get to actually see some other things that's going on behind the scenes, like the fact that she, for whatever reason, now carries Thanos' head around in her bag, and it talks to her. I don't know if it's all in her mind, or if Thanos' head lives independently of his body.
Why does that sound familiar?
I don't know, it's really cool though. And you also see another character, like this is as much as I can tell you, otherwise I'm messing up the whole book for you. There's another character that shows up and kind of manipulates time. So some other things that have happened are also changed. You won't feel disappointed. It's not like, oh, these things don't count anymore. But it's really, really cool. I love this series so much because it's like, what is going on now? But yeah, you get to, all the characters, all the characters that are in this book, on the front cover, you get to see in the book making important big moves. So
Who's that?
you'll find out in the book. It's a side character that exists, but it's important at the beginning.
Okay.
All right, so it's time for the wrap. I'll hold it for you.
I
Your
also
wrap
read
is
this
about the edge of Spider-Geddon.
It's pretty ironic that Jenny's rapping
rock and roll.
about a punk story.
Because
Because-
you're different.
Yeah.
That's
The music
true.
stuff.
Alright,
I
you
just think
guys
it's funny.
ready?
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about Spider-Geddon because I like that book. Spider-Man is taking on a different look. Holding a killer cool axe, he's going punk, and that's a fact. He's kicking some guy's butt pretty bad, but I don't know his name. Sorry if that makes you sad. In 2099, someone owns the right to Spider-Punk. He doesn't know, so I imagine that put him in a funk. He's in comics, but the films pay more. Where have we heard that before? They want to take him back to the future, but he's putting up a fight. Now there's like a zillion little Spider-Punk things in sight. Someone says you put up a fight, they like a rebel. Here comes Cap, and he has a dish to settle. I don't suppose you brought backup, did you? Well, actually, I did give it 5, 4, 3, 2. Now he asks if he's got the tape. I'm not sure what's on it, but it really ups the stakes. Will they take him to the future? Doesn't look like it, that's for sure. He says I'm out of this stuff hobby. Hey, here's a guy named Robbie. He needs some help, don't you know? He has nowhere else to go. Oh wow, Spider-Woman. Good grief, that's all you're getting in the end.
That's what
It was so good, guys.
It was really good, and that's 9 minutes, so cut me some slack.
I seriously
She's
want
got
a guitar
sass
like
for you
that.
guys today. What?
I would totally play that guitar.
That's a nice
I like how you called it an axe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs a rhyme guitar.
Guitar. Let's see. Rhyme.
I mean,
with
there
guitar.
is stuff that rhymes with guitar, it just didn't fit in.
No,
So he's that.
Yeah.
this is true.
Yep. And
Also
that's totally a
sounds
spiked
cooler.
mohawk that he's got.
It is,
It's
and if
great.
you like, look in the book, it's like metal spikes.
Ooh,
It's really
Yeah.
cool.
feels
That's-
dangerous.
It's great. And it's not normal Cap. It's
No. It's just
Anarchy
a cat.
Cap.
Oh, I like Anarchy Cap.
Yeah.
He sounds cool. All right. Go to comicshoplocator.com if you are out and about and want to try out some cool shops. Support your local shop. They work really hard and love you very much. Show them some love tomorrow. All right, we'll see you guys.
Under Weatherman Rock.
Yeah. You got a bunch of hearts, so.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Weatherman Rock it is.
Weatherman, really?
You guys have spoken.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.